Rule 1 is to stand up straight with your shoulders back. Rule 2 is to treat yourself like you're someone responsible for helping. Rule 3 is to make friends with people who want the best for you. These last two rules aren't meant to make your life easier. They're actually meant to make your life harder. At one point, Kierkegaard said that his role in life was to make life harder for everyone since everything was getting more manageable and more accessible in every way. He saw himself as a universal benefactor of humanity whose only goal was to make everyone's life harder. Rule 2 and 3 are the same way because treating yourself as if you have to help isn't the same as being nice to yourself. It's also not easy to hang out with people who want the best for you because they will expect the best from you. Rule 4: don't compare yourself to who someone else is today. Instead, compare yourself to who you were yesterday. You need things above you because you need to do something worthwhile with your life. You need something to aim for. But when you have things above you, you can become envious of people you think have gotten more, whether they deserve it or not. This can make you better, so it's better to compare yourself to yourself and use yourself as the target for improvement and comparison. Rule 5: don't let your kids do anything that makes you dislike them, because if you dislike them, other people will too. It's not a good idea to let your kids act in a way that makes other kids or adults dislike them because they're going to have to deal with both. Your main job as a parent is to teach your kids how to behave so that they can get along with other people. Rule 7 says to do what is meaningful, not what is convenient. I would say that this is the core idea of the book, but not exactly, because Rule 8, which says to tell the truth or at least don't lie, is a necessary addition. I don't think you can pursue what is meaningful without telling the truth, because if you don't tell the truth, or to put it another way, if you lie, you can't pursue what is meaningful. Rule 9: assume that the person you're listening to knows something you don't. This isn't so much a sign of respect for that person as it is a sign of how much you don't know. One thing you have to do in life is deciding whether what you know or what you don't know is more important. First of all, there's a lot you don't know, so if you make friends with that and decide it's important, that's a good thing because you'll be surrounded by things you don't know your whole life, so being appreciative of what you don't know will make things go better for you. But why should you be appreciative of what you don't know? The answer is that you shouldn't if your life is absolutely perfect. If you ascribe the kind of thing you want to come into existence, you make it much more likely that it will. You all know this because you see yourself, at least in part, as a creator. When you wake up in the morning, you see a landscape of possibilities. The world is a very hard and bitter place in many ways. It's not just hard and bitter, though. It's also full of betrayal and evil, and that's the bottom line. But there's something in you that can take all of that and rise above it, and that's encouragement. You say, well, things are hard, but I'm up to the challenge. If you stop kids from skateboarding, for example, or stop them from doing risky things, which they will do if they're skateboarding, you're stopping them from taking the risks they need to take to develop the skills they need to be successful in the real world. Rule 12 is to pet a cat if you see one on the street. This is, oddly enough, a meditation on fragility. It's a discussion of what to do when you don't know what to do, like when something terrible has happened to you, your family, or your community.